What's up, marketers? Before we get into this video today, I wanted to let you know that I have partnered with Motion to give you a 4-part series on how to make ad creative that converts in 2023. Motion is my secret to analyzing creative data. I am in that platform every single day and making those dashboards for my clients. It honestly just makes deciphering creative way easier so that I can make more ad creative that actually converts. In this 4-part series, I'm going to teach you how to build an in-house creative team, how I conduct creative strategy research, how I go through and analyze that creative data and make a winning ads, and I'm going to go over the top performing ad formats in 2023. I cannot wait to see you there. Be sure to sign up using the link in the description bar below. I'll see you there. Bye. This is my #1 tip to succeeding with your Facebook ads creative. I judge a brand very harshly by this particular mistake. What's up, marketers? In today's video, I'm going to go through the 5 mistakes you are certainly making with your Facebook ads creative. You're definitely making a few of these, and the reason why I know that is because I work at an agency that works with hundreds of brands on their Facebook ads, they're creative, and I just see this stuff over and over again with brands very big and brands very small. So let's dive in. #1, everyone is really guilty of this. You're not using your customer's own words. So this often falls back to a research problem. So you're not doing enough research to determine the trigger points, AKA why someone's going to buy or the problem that they're having that's prompting them to look for a solution, AKA your product, or golden nugget reviews, those really magical type of reviews that you know would just make excellent chef's kiss type of marketing. Those exist for every single brand, but I just find that a lot of brands don't use them. And I don't know why. Honestly, you shouldn't really have a copywriter coming up with the brand and doing all this branding stuff. You need to make sure that everything is anchored to data and everything is anchoring even further back to your customers and what they truly desire. So anytime you're making an ad like this or like this, make sure that you're utilizing messaging that #1 is speaking the same language that your customer speaks, and 2 is actually about things that your customer gives a shit about. And #2, I judge a brand very, very harshly for this. And in fact, it's just been a huge pet peeve of mine as of recent. So let me air my grievances. Is using the most boring testimonials. I will see brands that have ads like this and this, and I'm like, what AI did you spit a prompt into that came out with this? It's like any brand is able to make amazing ads like this and this by choosing the right customer reviews. Sure, we want to make sure that our customers are understanding us and that we're being as clear as possible about our value prop, but that doesn't mean that you need to choose the most boring shit known to man. Like, we are marketing, we are marketers, let's entertain. Let's not make people sleep. This is probably the one that I get on my team about or the most, because I'm like, why would you choose that boring ass review? Choose something else. #3, let's go back to being a little bit more serious. #3 is not being inclusive enough. Now, when I'm going through brands' ad libraries or I'm going through their ad accounts, it's very common for me to see, oh, they're defaulting on one type of age range, one type of race, or even one type of body. And really, what I've seen when brands make a really concerted effort to get a wide range of diversity, especially when it comes to different body types and different races, performance goes up. Now, a fun fact is Meta is actually taking a look at the metadata that is inside of your ads, and it's taking a look at who's in these ads, and it is showing them to people who look like them. So if you are only showing hot young white girls, you're kind of only gonna show to like one type of person. And that's why you need to get multiple different types of people in the mix. 2 brands that I've seen do this really well recently are Tara 28 and Bobbi Brown. Not Jones Road Bobbi Brown, but actually the makeup brand Bobbi Brown. I actually see when Bobbi Brown launches a new ad, they do it for multiple different types of races and body types, which is pretty cool. I really wish that I could see more brands doing that. But I also know a part of the reason why they do it is because it does drive a lift in their performance. #4 is actually what happens after you launch the ad creative, but it's not taking a look through the comments on your ads and seeing how it affects performance. Actually, this just happened to me recently. We launched a new ad with a brand and it came out swinging. It was one of those unicorn ads that really cut the CPA or cost per purchase in half and was scaling up really nicely. And then after a month, results fell off a cliff within a few days, and we realized it's because there were some really nasty comments that were being generated. And as soon as we went in and monitored them, performance went back up. So paying attention to your comments and the conversation being generated and the actual responses is a gold mine of information and data that you can not only use to help drive performance in that particular ad, but also make iterations for winning ad creative in the future. I find that a lot of brands say they do this, but they don't do it routinely. You should be doing this at least once a week. Fun fact, and I actually learned this from Limited Supply by Nick and Moez, that Glossier actually had 5 full-time people just to monitor the comments on their ad creative a few years ago, which is how important that they knew this was. So if this is more of an afterthought for your brand, you're screwing up. And number 5 is probably the advice that I give to almost every single brand that I work with, and that is you are not testing enough ad creative formats. Sure, we can just look at image, carousel, and video, but we really do have to go beyond that and look at the other different types of sub formats that are within all of those categories, because a lot of people are going to respond to us versus them, our features point out, or they're gonna do before and after UGC versus problem solution UGC. All of these different types of formats speak to different types of people. And if you have a hard time scaling up your ad account, it's probably because you haven't found enough winners inside of different formats to reach to different people to have that scale. So really almost the number one thing that I'm doing when I am working with a brand initially is we start rapidly testing several different formats so we can find a variety of winners to provide a good foundation for scaling up those ad accounts. And that is all. Now, if you made it to the end of this video, that tells me that you are really passionate about getting your Facebook ads to work and thrive. And you'll be excited to know that I'm finally launching a course. I'm actually doing it. It's coming next month. I bought tons of amazing camera equipment to make it chef's kiss, really sexy. So if you're interested in that, be sure to sign up for my waiting list below. Yeah, and that's it. I will see you guys next week. Bye.